What if you've lived before? What if the life you're living now isn't your first? Across time and cultures, people have claimed memories that don't belong to this life. In this series, we explore the mystery of reincarnation, because death might not be the end. It might be a beginning. What if death isn't an ending, but a transition, not into another world, but into another life? The idea of reincarnation suggests something extraordinary, that when we die, some part of us doesn't disappear, it returns. But what exactly is reincarnation, and how is it supposed to work? At its simplest, reincarnation is the belief that a person's essence, often called the soul or consciousness, is reborn into a new body after death. Instead of a single lifetime, existence becomes a cycle: life, death, and life again. But this idea isn't just a modern curiosity. It has been central to entire belief systems for thousands of years. Some of the earliest detailed beliefs in reincarnation come from ancient India. In traditions like Hinduism and Buddhism, life is seen as part of a continuous cycle known as samsara, a repeating journey of birth, death, and rebirth. In these traditions, what happens in one life can influence the next through a concept often referred to as karma. Actions, choices, and intentions are believed to shape future experiences. But reincarnation wasn't limited to the East. Even in ancient Greece, philosophers like Pythagoras and Plato discussed the idea that the soul might live multiple lives. Across different cultures, the same concept appeared again and again. Despite variations, most beliefs share a similar structure. When a person dies, the physical body stops, but the non-physical part, whether described as a soul, energy, or consciousness, continues. At some point, it becomes part of a new life. Some believe this happens immediately. Others suggest there is a period between lives, a kind of transition we don't fully understand. And in many traditions, the process continues until something changes, until a lesson is learned, or a cycle is broken. One of the biggest mysteries is memory. If we have lived before, why don't we remember? Some believe memory is intentionally lost, allowing each life to begin fresh. Others suggest that traces may remain, subtle feelings, instincts, or unexplainable connections to places and people, moments that feel familiar, even when they shouldn't. Today, reincarnation exists in an unusual space. For some, it remains a deeply held belief. For others, it's a question worth investigating. Stories of past life memories, especially in young children, have drawn attention from researchers and the public alike. Some cases are easily explained, others are harder to dismiss, and they challenge the idea that consciousness is limited to a single lifetime. Reincarnation changes the way we think about life itself. If existence is not limited to one lifetime, then identity becomes something more fluid, more continuous. It raises questions not just about death, but about who we are, and whether the person we are today is only part of a much longer story. But understanding the idea of reincarnation is only the beginning, because throughout history people haven't just believed in it, they've told stories about it, accounts of past lives, remembered experiences, and strange connections that seem to reach beyond a single lifetime. In the next episode, we explore ancient stories of past lives, and why these stories have survived for thousands of years. Because if reincarnation is real, maybe the evidence has been with us all along. And maybe the real answer isn't as simple as we think, because every time we get closer to the truth, something doesn't quite fit. If this episode made you think, make sure to like it. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe so you don't miss what comes next, and share your thoughts in the comments. What do you believe is really happening? And if this sparked your curiosity, share it with someone who needs to see it. Because in the next episode, we go deeper, and the closer we get, the more mysterious it becomes.